G'day and welcome to Aussievision. I'm joining you from my London Airbnb, and it is a very cold day, and it is also my birthday, which is very nice. And as a birthday treat, I've got to see all the images for the day 2 of rehearsals, as you all did as well. And we're going to run through them, and I'll give my thoughts from what we can see, as well as the descriptions that the Eurovision Live blog gave as well. Now let's start off with Norway. Alessandro here is looking like he's almost doing the MGP performance. The armor looks like it's kind of the same. I think they were saying whether it was going to be a little bit different, but I mean, just to the kind of untrained eye, it looks very similar to what he wore in MGP, and it sounds like the performance is very much like that national final, but just on steroids. And you know what? I think that's good. I think it looks really good. I think the LEDs will play well into it. It's a very solid performance, and I don't think it needs to change anything. And I think just doing something slick and simple like that, done well, will stand out this year because it's just decent pop compared to a lot of the other kind of fun stuff going around. So a lot of people don't like the armor. I like the armor. I think it looks good. So I think it works for him, and very solid job, Norway. I kind of very much expected it to be in that vein. Next up was Belgium. Now, a little bit of difference here, it seems. We don't have that elevated platform that Red Sebastian had at Eurosong. Now, I thought that worked really well in Belgium, but at the same time, I guess it was a bit restrictive. So even though you have that great element, then he's sort of up there, and I don't know, there's a good part of that, but then there was a downside. So I can see why they don't have it. Seems like they're doing some interesting things where he's going to interact with some kind of LED version or some kind of version of himself as well. It all sounds really, really good and solid. I think the focus then will be him nailing those vocals, as it always kind of was. So I'm really interested to see the actual video of this when we finally get a chance to, because I think some of the greatest effects are about when it goes into that real sort of techno beat of the whole thing with his voice. And the way they did that in Belgium, I thought looked really good. So this all looks very nice. His outfit looks fantastic. Like the red is great. It's the brand. It's all about Red Sebastian there. But I think a lot of people were kind of concerned about what they heard from the staging. And I don't mind it. It sounds fine. It's just very hard at this point in time to make any kind of real assumptions of what it is until we see it. But yeah, it sounds fine. Nothing to kind of at this point to get worried about or to get hopeful for, if that makes sense. Next up is Azerbaijan. And this was one I was really interested to see what it was going to look like, because I think this is the one where I'm like, how are they going to stage this? What are they going to do? The video looks slick, but what are they actually going to do here? Now, the outfits look really good. I'm just not sure that they work with the song. It's kind of like a funky song, funky pop song, and they've got these really sort of dark outfits on, which look really slick. But I don't know, I probably would have gone for something maybe just a bit bolder, some kind of color use, I think, here. Like, it sounds like a fun, fresh song, and this is like not giving that in what those images are. But we're only seeing images, and it's very hard to kind of make those judgments from there. But that's probably my own thing that I sort of say. They still look really good, and some of that staging looks great. But yeah, I kind of feel like this needed to do something really kind of big staging for what is a good, fun, poppy song, but has no kind of big moments. So you kind of need that with staging. And I was like, it didn't sound like there was anything in there to kind of really jump out. They've got some kind of halo thing that they're in, and it's above as well. So I don't know, like I'm not like, oh wow, they're now more of a contender to qualify than I thought. I'm probably more worried now for them overall, but it's very early days. It's very hard to tell off images, isn't it? All right, next up is San Marino. And I will say I am worried about this because we've gone, Gabri is, great DJ, and they're really focusing on him. He is a star of the show, but they're keeping those singers masked kind of singers who are singing it, and they're not really focusing on them. And it just, I feel like it's really hard to stage DJs, and I would actually welcome using the singers, because otherwise we're just going to see him kind of dancing around, pressing a few buttons and maybe mouthing along to the lyrics, which is okay to go back and forth to, but I don't know. it just sounds a bit odd. I'm not sure. They've got some other, instead of dancers, they've got people playing instruments, which I think is better, like the accordion and tambourine. I think that sounds good. I just, I don't know, maybe I would have just embraced the singers more rather than trying to cover them up. Like, we know you're not singing it, mate, so we can do something with the singers maybe. Anyway, I haven't seen it all, but yeah, I don't know. It is very hard to get the staging right for DJs. I think at Eurovision, I don't think it's been done very successfully. If you think of someone who has done it very well, maybe give that wolf a banana. But that wasn't really a traditional DJ fronted thing anyway. So I don't know. I'm a bit worried for San Marino now, I think, for sure. All right, next up is Albania. This sounds really interesting. It sounds like they're keeping it nice and sort of intimate, but then kind of jumping out, particularly at the end, for like a stomp down the runway, which I really like the sound of because she's the star, right? So I like that they're all in, and then she's going to be able to have that chance to kind of like walk down doing her thing. I think that sounds really good. Sounds like they're like the LED use with a lot of red and blacks. Albania do red and black. They should always do red and black. It's their brand. People know it. It's like blue and white for Greece. Like, it's just everyone knows red and black for Albania. So it's sounding really good and sounding promising. And I love what she's wearing. I love what they're both wearing. They just look really good. The pics look good. It sounds good. I'm getting excited for Albania. I was kind of went a bit lukewarm about their chances, but now I'm getting more and more excited about Albania, about, possibly getting one of their best results here. So, well done them. I can't wait to see the video. Next up is the Netherlands, and I really like the look of this. Claude looks amazing. I love the outfit. It really suits him, and I'm really liking the sound of this staging. I really do. They don't use LEDs to start with, and it's all dark, and he's obviously performing it there. And then from what they were saying, there's an explosion of LED use at the end for a massive finale with like flowers or something. He's got a couple of dancers who come in and out, so he's not doing the choreography. So I like the sound of the build up and the kind of explosion. Always love that. That's fantastic. It always works, right? But the only concern I guess I will have is then, what is it too stilted for the first couple of minutes or whatever it is? If it's just him, is he being still? Is there a lot of movement going on? I guess you're going to be playing with camera angles, and what are you doing during the chorus? Because it's yes, the verses can be a bit one person sing and perform, but I feel like you need something else going on. So I'm liking the overall approach. And now it's just those executions of things we can't see here, but it's looking really rich and really nice. So I like the sound of it, and I'll be interested to see what they do, because I was wondering what they were going to do. Were they going to have dances, like choreography, like he's done in some performances? But no, it sounds like they've gone like a different route here for the Netherlands. So yeah, it's sounding promising though, so I like the sound of that one. Next is Croatia. I won't lie, this is not one of my favourite songs in the contest, I must say. Sounds like there's a bit of an outfit change, a big cape going on. The colour, the kind of green use of the colours, it looks like a little bit there as well. I think also it looks like some pinks pop in as well. So yeah, it's some interesting colour usage and things going on. And you know what? I like Marco. I may not love the song, but I like Marco, and I reckon he'll perform this really well. And I'm not loving maybe the outfit at the moment. I think it's good to have a change. I think what happened in Dora was a bit jarring. It didn't quite work. So I don't know. Sounds like this is very different to the Dora performance, and it should be interesting to see how that turns out for them. But yeah, good luck, Croatia. Cyprus finishes the show, and I think this is one of the ones that have certainly got a lot of people's attention, definitely got mine, with this scaffolding approach thing, which looks really interesting, and it looks like they're kind of doing some performance around it. They do, like, the image shows a very kind of the Vitruvian Man, the Leonardo da Vinci style thing with the man approach, which looks really cool. Like, I can see what they're trying to do with this performance. It sounds if it's all on that scaffolding though. That's the only thing, is you're kind of stuck there doing it just on that. There'll be no other kind of movement. But I like the kind of slick, like, white background, scaffolding on, black, outfit, dudes jumping around doing gymnastic-y stuff. Like, it sounds really promising. It sounds good. It sounds fun. I'm not like, oh my god, wow, they're doing something incredible. It's just like, okay, that's really interesting, a different approach, and we like to see something different. So it looks nice. It looks slick. It looks like they'll have some really nice little moments in there. But yeah, my only concern on that is that then you're stuck doing scaffolding stuff for the whole time. So we'll wait and see how that works out. All right, well, that's day 2 of rehearsals. We're back tomorrow to talk about day 3, even though we've just seen the written update about Australia, which sounds really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing the images and stuff tomorrow. But let me know what you thought, who stood out for you. I think from the sounds of that for me, I really like the sound of Netherlands. I like the sound of Albania. And who else do I like the sound of? I think Norway just doing their thing. Sounds good. All right, catch you later.